Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Attack Like a Boss. Let's 3-star somebody. Let's get it started. Hi, guys, and welcome back to episode number 5 of Attack Like a Boss. I wanted to expound on the last episode of Attack Like a Boss. Well, not the Valkyrie style. I apologize for that one, but everyone was having so much fun, I thought I would join in. You know, my channel's a little bit about kind of like Forrest Gump in more ways than one. But, you know, life's like a box of chocolates. You just never know what you're going to get here. So, but anyway, we want to expound on some things we were talking about in episode 4 of Attack Like a Boss and episode 2 of Advanced Funneling. And we're going to break down taking out the trash is what I'll call it. And we're also going to do an update on hogs, witches, and miners. They got an upgrade here in the last update here recently, and talk about air and how it's a little weaker from the new air Ds. Town Hall 11 3-stars are a bit behind, so let's get started here. Here's an attack by Rocket we just had in a recent war here. I wanted to talk about cleaning out the clan castle. Here you're going to see a tougher clan castle which has witches in it, which you have clan castle troops that move at a lower rate than some troops. The minions and the baby dragons move a lot quicker than witches. So you see, I spread the barbarians out on each side, and then put the poison on the witches. And that way, ultimately, all the skeletons died, and so did the baby dragon. Now here, I'm going to talk about taking out the trash. You see the red circled items there, as I needed the baby dragon to take down those 3 buildings. So I sent in a giant to help to make sure it happened. And that way, for sure, the queen is walking to the right. Don't underestimate what it takes to get the queen going the right direction, or your troops, whatever the attack might be. Make sure when you're taking out the trash, you bring plenty to do it. Here, I'm going to take out the trash on the other side. So I released the giants so that archer tower would attack my giants instead of the baby dragon, so she could remove those other buildings. See how the bowlers were all going to go walking until that camp went down, and then they all changed their direction and headed the right way. So taking out the trash on this base was paramount to make sure that everybody went the right direction, which they ended up doing. Here we're going to show MA. The reason I'm showing this attack is, you can also be as light with your taking out the trash as need be. Here I only needed a couple minions to take out the trash here and get the queen going to the left. Here we'll catch his attack a little later on here. This video would be quite long if I didn't trim some of these things down. So here he releases his bowlers and his giant, but here he takes the giants with 3 wizards to take out those 2 buildings right there, and then that kept everybody going the right direction. And he ends up 3-starring this because of it. Everything's going the right direction. Here is another example of taking out the trash. Dilutes Queen Walk here, and he uses 1 baby dragon to take out the cannon, which keeps the queen moving to the right. Here he used a golem with 4 wizards to clean up the trash on this other side, which did a great job. And then once all the trash went down, in comes the bulk of the attack, and it goes exactly where he wants it to go. He's got his jump, rage, and boom, we are off to the races. So taking out the trash was huge there too. Here is the first new attack I want to talk about. The OB1018 with 10 miners. So miners have become a lot tougher, and doesn't look like the spam works as well. So I'm kind of happy with miners so far. I'm still doing my research on them. But so Obi with this attack typically will take his queen down the full length of one side. So you got to make sure that your queen stays out of trouble for the entire walk, and we'll kind of talk about that in future episodes of things to watch out for with you on your queen walk. And so as this thing moves along here, you'll notice that the clan castle, and he used a poison to take him out. That's by far the best way to arrange this attack, in my opinion. If you can get that clan castle down with the queen walk, good things will happen to you. And you'll notice there's a lot of trash on this back side here, and how he ended up taking care of it was really nice. He sent in giants to that bomb tower and broke the wall with the wall breakers, and see how those bowlers just knocked that trash out and sent in those miners, and boom, everything is going right exactly where he wants it to go. And keeps on moving, and he ends up 3-starring this thing, which happens a lot with this attack. And this was a no-joke base, absolutely no-joke base. Good job, Obi. Here is the next attack I wanted to talk about, which I'll call it the Dilute 2818, where his 8 are baby dragons. Here he sends his hounds all the way across the front of his loons, knowing that the air D was all the way down there. And it was a great job. And he ends up using the tome on the balloons. And if you can get 2/3 of the attack, and especially the infernos, down with the loons, the baby dragons and the heroes will clean this up. You notice here he didn't get the eagle, and it's just terrorizing the troops, but he still just ends up taking care of business with this thing. Next attack is another version of this Obi Queen Walk 10, well, in this case 15. As he gets moving here, you'll notice that when he'll clean out all the trash buildings around the outside of the walls, which was basically everything here I have in red, before he'll start his attack. So in this case, he'll start the attack behind the queen with the wall breakers, and they got no place to go. There's no trash ring for the bowlers to get out of place. Now here, which happens quite a bit on these ring bases, is that all his troops didn't go down that jump, so you'll end up sending the miners in to help with the core, which I was worried there for a minute they weren't gonna, but here the king and the giants were enough. But and I've seen a lot of times the miners just go take down the town hall for those guys that have the base just way deep, the town hall by itself just way deep in the middle. Here is the last type of this versatile attack on using these miners. So here he again gets the queen walk going up the left side, and you'll notice right as he after he gets the rage here and gets the clan castle killed, as you see right here, which again is the best way to do this thing. And he'll get the buildings down inside the compartment, and then send his king in to take out these 2 bomb towers to stop the splash damage on his troops. So now all the trash is gone, and the bowlers and everything have no place to go. So everything went where he wanted it to. So his miners in this case end up being, as you see him come in here, help to clean out a side of the base. So, 10 miners by themselves do a great job of cleaning out a side of a base, as you see here, and ends up enabling him here to get the 3-star on this attack as it cleans up. Just a nice attack, Obi. I'll be sure you'll be seeing a lot from me here. Here I wanted to talk about just how much tougher hogs are. I'm not much of a hogger, so I'll show you Forking, our local hogger's attack here. Anyway, look at where I circled in red here. This is just to show how much tougher hogs have become. There is no way in the past hogs would have ever survived this. So he started with a heal, and he had a giant bomb, bomb tower, 2 more giant bombs, a Tesla. He was wise enough to put 2 heals on it, and actually had hogs live, and ended up 3-star in this base. So very nicely done, Forking. Very nicely done. This next attack here is another version of the Dilute 2818. I'm showing you this one because I'm not much of an airman, and Dilute is a far better one. You'll see here he releases the balloons first, which I believe is the right way to do it, and then bring in the hounds. So the hounds take as minimum damage as they can till the loons catch up with them, so they're supported basically. And again, if you can get 2/3 of the stuff down and the Inferno down, the heroes and the baby dragons will finish the rest off and get the 3-star like Dilute did here. So very strong attack. I have played with this farming, and you rarely ever lose with this thing. So a big fan of this one. Nicely done, Dilute. Nicely done. Here, the next attack here is by Rocket2. This is my farming version again of Ash's 3-8-22 attack, and I've been bringing a poison spell and a skeleton spell, and I try to use the skeleton spell if they have something in their clan castle, but if they don't, I save it, and I'll save the poison for flying skeletons, because they're a real pain in the butt. And you notice I dropped the skeleton spell right there, so basically ended up turning a 1-star attack where I didn't get the Dark Elixir into a 3-star attack. I mean, not a 3-star, but a 2-star where I got the Town Hall and the Dark Elixir. This last attack here is by ER Lifesaver. I wanted to show a couple things that how much tougher witches are, which we have a witch bowler attack here, and also how to plan your jumps and quakes such that it opens up at least 1/3 of the base, or to a half. And here he is cleaning up the trash, as I showed there with the baby dragons, and so that way this main force had no place to go but right up the middle. And here he placed a jump also with his 4 quakes, so this walking army had nothing in its way, all the way what I had circled there, which was damn near 2/3 of the base. I felt he would have 3-starred this if he'd had a little bit of luck on these Infernos. So nicely done, ER, nicely done, and thanks for joining me, guys.